I love Osso Bucco. It's truly a rustic dish, but it's elegant and sophisticated enough to serve in a fine dining restaurant. Like a stew or a pot roast, Osso Bucco, which is veal shank, has to be braised, slowly cooked in the oven. Oh, this is gorgeous. The richness that you get from braised Osso Bucco comes from the bone. It's actually the leg bone, because the marrow inside and the richness just permeates every bit of the sauce. I want to make sure my pot is really, really hot before I start searing it. The first step in making Osso Bucco. It adds such a nice caramelized color on the outside, and that permeates through the sauce. An interesting feature in the veal shank pieces is they're surrounded by a piece of elastin that actually holds it together as it cooks. While the veal shank is searing, I'll cut up some onion, carrot, and celery for the sauce base. That's a lot of onion. When it's done, it should be tender when you press it with a fork, but not fall away from the bone. Turn down my heat a little bit and add my vegetables. I'll add the veal back once the sauce is heated up a bit. In the meantime, I'll get started on the gremolata garnish. You can't cook Italian without garlic. 2, 3. I need quite a few cloves, actually. I'll use a couple cloves right now, just roughly crushed to go into the vegetables. And I'll save a couple for the garnish I'm making to serve on top of the Osso Bucco. A couple of bay leaves adds a beautiful fragrance. And some thyme sprigs. And whole sprigs of fresh oregano. I'll be sure to pull out the bay leaves, the thyme, and the oregano before I serve the dish. Cooking Osso Bucco, or any braised dish, requires a fair amount of liquid. It's a generous splash of white wine, about half a bottle. The Osso Bucco has a richness to it that pairs well with a red wine like a Chianti at dinner, but I actually like to cook with white wine because it keeps that vibrant tomato color alive. Before I add the veal shank back, I want to heat up the sauce a little bit. So I'll make the garnish for the Osso Bucco in the meantime. Generous amount of flat leaf parsley. A couple of cloves of raw garlic. And the sharpness in the raw garlic offsets the richness in the cooked garlic and the heady sauce. And again, to lighten our palates, some lemon zest. Pinch of salt. Salt keeps the parsley nice and green. Oh, it smells so fresh. It's a sharp contrast to the stewy, gooey Osso Bucco. And my liquid. It's nice and hot, so I can add back the veal. Really bury it into the vegetables. A dish like this is ideal for entertaining because you make it fully ahead of time. I'll cook this for about 2 hours at 325. Wow. I know the penguins have healthy appetites, so I'm glad I've made a lot. Now I can forget about that for a couple of hours.